Hey everybody, this is Bobbie again. A little bit of myself. I am a seer. I have seen into interdimensionals, extraterrestrials, have visitations by all of these guys. This is not in my head. This was something that happened outside of myself. A lot of visitations over decades. And benevolent beings, you name it. I've seen it, elementals. And this is, just information that was coming to me over these decades of years to help me remember who I am. I've been taken up into crafts and stuff like that, and then downloaded information to remember for later on and that sort of stuff, and also to have connections to different beings, so that I can get different variations of their reality, so I can bring those energies in and share their wisdom with you guys. So last night was a very valuable night. I had some pretty full-on communication about telepathy, and just wisdom that some of it I remembered, some of it was channeled messages that they were giving to me, that they were, it was kind of like a discussion that we were having. I woke up at 2 a.m. and started writing all this stuff down, and then this morning I wrote a whole big thing of information that I will share with you very soon, and it's very important for these times at the moment. So I wanted to share. I've shared it on Facebook and I'm sharing it on YouTube. So this is, I'll just read this out to you, and I'm just going to have to bring down my thing so I can actually see what I'm reading. So this is dated the 3rd of December 2020 and called Telepathy. Telepathy is an exchange of feelings that your mind turns into words, so you can get more of a sense of what the person means in your own language. And believe me, it is way more on point than language, because the feeling behind the words is brought through, where language can be very confusing. One word can mean this, and in another language something completely different. There can be no lies, no deception, no lost translation. It is a freedom to explore all other cultures and the universal language of everything, including plant life, animals, and Earth's consciousness. So you see, you gain so much more through telepathy. Plus, you can connect to other beings of higher integrity. Fear and anger is the reverse of telepathy. As the angrier you get, the further away you are from source or oneness or the God within. And the more you would disconnect or destroy all around you through that anger. But the closer you get to accepting all, to source energy, the more connections you gain and all the wisdom with those connections. So love is the only way to connect through telepathy. Also, if one does not want to divulge information, then they have enough control over their mind to stop others from what humanity might call probing. This simply doesn't exist. It only exists if you don't have control of your mind, and therefore telepathy would not be your natural form of communication anyway. And I'm just going to go through a story that happened to me, and I'll go back to this channeling message that so the story is, it was, would have been in 2000, I think it was 2008, or something like that. I had met a Cherokee elder, and she was working with me. We were in Melbourne in a university, and she was in an auditorium, and she was giving a talk on, or she was answering questions on a remote viewing movie. She had a seat next to her empty, and she said, "Bobbie, come and sit next to me." So she sat next to me and she held my hand, which she doesn't usually do. And then she started breathing really funny. And with this breathing, I thought she'd actually fallen asleep, but it wasn't like that at all. What had happened is we connected in such a loving, beautiful way. And then she could understand my feelings, my emotions, and this telepathy started happening, where I could tell her the story of my life. And then we were watching parts of the movie, And then we come back to telepathy, and then watching parts of the movie. And the funny thing is, at the end of the movie, when people ask questions, it was all on the bits that we had watched, almost like she had put out to the universe, I will see what I need to see on the movie, and I also want to discuss this with Bobbie and, you know, get her story. So this all happened over an hour. So it was a pretty long process. And by the end of it, honestly, my left brain, my logical brain's going, I don't think this can't be happening. You know, I need some confirmation. Typical Virgo, I need some confirmation. So I asked her telepathy if she could ask me to follow her back to USA, to America. And telepathically, she said, why? And I said, this is my confirmation. And then she went and had, you know, did the talk with the people about the remote view movie. And then after that, she called over her husband and said, Tony, we want Bobbie to follow us back to America. And the exact words that I asked her to use, and then she whispered in my ear, it's magical, isn't it? And I just went, oh my God, this is for real. This is, and all of these, because I already was a seer, I then started really working towards what's her potential. She has the same brain as us. She just, all she's done differently is had a different upbringing. You know, she didn't go through the schooling system that we go through. That's all very left brain logical. So that was interesting. Now I'm going to go, and the reason why I really wanted to tell you that too is because afterwards there was this confusion, because there was so much intense love, and humanity, in the way that we've been taught what love's about, is that if you feel that intense about someone, that you're sexually attracted to them. And that's not the case, but my left brain's going, am I sexually attracted to her? I don't think I am. And of course I wasn't. It was just so much beautiful, intense vibrational love, a connection of being together. This is so wonderful, and I had never felt that before. So needed to share that with you as an understanding of, you know, we're raising our vibration. But the good thing is the vibration that we're raising, we're having more understanding and awareness of what love and you know, what this is all about, so that we can communicate with these other beings and understand where it's really coming from. So I'm just going to go back to the language as a higher form of communication, and the animals aren't as bright as them because they don't speak. But actually that has nothing to do with intelligence or higher consciousness. Yes, it depends on what an animal's consciousness, or dare I say program, is, in the sense of the natural abilities that guide them to survive or thrive. But they all have some form of telepathic understanding, just as humanity used to. But we have obviously a higher consciousness and can understand more, as this is the natural way of communicating. It's humans that have fallen and lost their ability to trust their feelings, to only allow their logical side to take charge, which doesn't have any connection to source energy or the emotions, and so disowns half of what being human is all about. So with this fall, humanity's demise left them not knowing what to do other than allow another person to guide them, or create a God outside of themselves, leaving the door wide open for another being to gain control and use humanity to their own will. So humanity has become victim, but this also gave humanity an opportunity to learn all about logical connection to their bodies and to Earth. Thus, science was born, and for the last thousands of years, humanity has been in an inner lockdown lesson. But now the energy has shifted, as it is time for humanity to wake up, and wake up the parts of themselves that were lost, like our intuitive feminine side of ourselves, connecting us back to our gut feelings, our emotions, which help drive us not only to the things we love, but empowers us to love all we have created and take responsibility for our inner journey. Therefore, with this maturity, telepathy is a given. This is all being told to you right now because those who have done the inner work, and there are many more coming, because their intense energies are pressurizing, these intense energies are pressurizing people into looking inwards at themselves and taking responsibility, waking up to their authentic alignment to understanding that they don't have to be a victim anymore, that to work towards what they love creates more of what they love and connects them to higher vibrations. Thus, the awakening has truly started when we as higher benevolent beings who have arrived to help are more and more in line with your energies again. Yes, we are upon your doorstep and about to ring your bell to teach and to learn so much from each other's journeys through telepathy first. And then as we get to know each other, this will become a real connection as we come to visit you and introduce ourselves as friends, lost relatives, and connections forgotten. We are as enthusiastic as you about this new connection and look forward to connecting again. Open hearts, open minds, open to love all. And that's where that ended. So that was my message for today. And I hope you've learnt heaps. I'm going to keep on bringing these messages through as often as I get them. And I wish you guys all the best. Bye.